Hi, my name is Sabrie, managing partner of EnsoDX, and today we're kicking off our Sitefinity Next.js series. And in this part, we're diving into how to set up Sitefinity CMS in headless mode and prepare it to work with a standalone Next.js frontend application as renderer. This way, we'll combine Sitefinity's robust CMS capabilities with the flexibility of Next.js for a modern web experience. Before we start, make sure you're using Visual Studio 2019 or later. For this demo, we'll be using Visual Studio 2022. Okay, let's dive straight in. In Visual Studio, create a new project. On the next screen, we need to select the type of the project. Let's select C# from the All Languages dropdown to filter the options and to make sure we select the correct project type. It needs to be ASP.NET Web Application .NET Framework. Yes, this is the one. Click Next. On the next page, we give our project a name. Let's call it Sitefinity Web App. And for the solution name, we will use the Sitefinity version for our demo project. You can use your organization name or simply use Sitefinity Web App. What is important here is setting the framework to .NET Framework 4.8. It is selected by default on my side, but if it's not on yours, please select it from the drop-down. Okay, let's quickly review the information, and when we are ready, click Create. On the next pop-up, choose the empty template for your web application. Click Create and wait for Visual Studio to generate the project files. And here we have it, a clean slate to work with. And before we move on, let's save the project and the solution. And before we install the Sitefinity Headless NuGet package, I want to show you where you can configure the NuGet Package Manager to access the Sitefinity repository. We can do that in the NuGet Package Manager settings in Visual Studio. Make sure you have a package source for the Sitefinity NuGet server. This ensures that Visual Studio knows where to fetch the necessary Sitefinity package files. If it's not there, add a new package source and set the source to point to the Sitefinity NuGet server URL and give it a descriptive name like Sitefinity NuGet. Now, let's bring Sitefinity into the project. We open the Project Manager console. In the Sitefinity Web App project, we will install the Sitefinity Headless package. Let's type it, install-package progress.sitefinity.headless. If we leave it here and hit enter, it will install the latest available version of this package. To install a specific version, just add -version followed by the version number. For this demo, we'll install version 15.2 8400.0. This downloads the core CMS components needed for the headless mode. Once the package installs, Visual Studio may prompt you to reload the project. That's normal, so go ahead and reload. After that, build the solution to make sure everything is set up correctly. Now we're ready to run the project in a browser, but first we need to set it up on IIS so that the Next.js renderer can communicate with Sitefinity. Open the IIS Manager, click on the sites and select Add Website. We'll give it the same name as the solution name. We'll add the physical path to the Sitefinity Web App folder. Set the HTTP port. For this demo, we'll use 1990, which will also be used later in the Next.js app settings to connect to the Sitefinity CMS. Set an HTTPS port as well. In IIS, right-click on the website and then select Edit Bindings. Click on Add. From the type drop-down, select HTTPS and set the HTTPS port. In our case, we're going to use 1997. We're going to select our SSL certificate and then click OK and close the bindings pop-up. Now we can open the project in browser to complete the setup. On the license activation page, you can use your Telerik account credentials, or you can upload the Sitefinity license that you have downloaded locally, which is what we are going to do for this demo project. We click on the Use a license file you have downloaded option and we browse the folder where we have downloaded the license file for Sitefinity 15.2. We select the file and we click Activate License. We get the overview of the license, which we need to confirm. After the license is activated, you will be prompted to set up the database. For this demo, we are using Microsoft SQL Server. We need to enter the SQL Server name, the SQL Server credentials, and a database name. Typically the same as the Sitefinity project solution name works well. Click Continue, and the final step is to create an admin user. This will be the Power Admin. After the project is created, the system will log you in with this user, and once you're logged in, you can create more users. Enter the required details like first name, last name, email, and password, and once we are done, we click I'm done. Sitefinity will now create the database and will configure the project. This may take a few minutes, so don't close the browser during this process. Once it's finished, you land on the Sitefinity CMS dashboard, the heart of your project. And before we wrap up, there is one final configuration to make. In the Sitefinity backend, go to Administration, Web Services, open the default web service, and adjust the access permissions to everyone. This ensures your Next.js application can communicate seamlessly with Sitefinity. Don't forget to save the changes. And that's it. We've successfully set up Sitefinity CMS in headless mode, configured it on IIS, and prepared it to work with a Next.js frontend. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more tutorials, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video of our Next.js series.